I vividly remember when ESPN announced the retirement of Ricky Williams prior to the 2004 NFL season. I was watching TV in my college apartment, devastated. At the time I couldn't make sense of the decision because he was at the height of his career where he rushed for over 3,200 yards the previous 2 seasons. As I reflect, what struck a chord with me was Ricky's ability to navigate his life and career after football. What seemed to be a stroke of bad luck turned to be one of the most fulfilling years of his life. We're not all meant to do one thing forever, and there's a lesson to be learned about taking inventory of what makes us feel most alive and redefining ourselves. For Ricky, 2003 was a year of self-examination because he wanted to walk away from the game after the season. He initially decided to play in 2004, but his plans were derailed after his 3rd failed drug test because of marijuana use. Suddenly, he retired. "When I retired I felt like I lived more in 3 months than the first 27 years of my life," he said in an ESPN interview. Ricky spent the year traveling the world and cultivating rich experiences. He spent time at a yoga ashram, found meditation and healing. He said it's where he discovered that he loved helping people as much or as more as playing football. The significance of Ricky's time away from football is that it provided him the space in his life to think about life after football. "My outer world, fame and success, was great, but my inner world felt like a wreck. I made an intention to make some kind of balance in my life," Ricky said in our recent interview. While the arc of Ricky's football career had its share of suspensions and injuries, he picked up where he left off when he returned to football in 2005 with Nick Saban as his new head coach. Someone who he greatly admired. "The most successful person I've spent time around was Nick Saban. What I appreciated about Nick is that he was who he was. From what I could tell, he didn't care enough about what people thought to change who he was. He made what he expected clear and explicit. Knowing who you are and not being afraid who you are the key components of success from my point of view," he said. He returned to the Dolphins with a mindset shift where football became his craft and he was planting seeds for life after football. Today Ricky is known as a holistic healer. He studies evolutionary astrology and other healing modalities including yoga and meditation. He is also pursuing his doctorate in Chinese medicine. In 2018 he launched a line of cannabis-based products called Real Wellness that also offers herbal remedies. When you're ending something and beginning something new, there's a spiritual purpose around it. If you're paying attention to what's around you, that's the only place you can find peace because that's where the guidance and inspiration exists. You can listen, your path unfolds in a magical kind of way. Things fall apart but at the same time, doors swing open. If you have the courage to go through the doors you end up redefining yourself and it comes from an organic, rich place. Ricky explained about his transition. As Ricky reached a plateau in his football career, he felt he needed something more fulfilling which he found in his spiritual life as a healer. Putting that same kind of love and devotion to acquire a skill to be helpful can last me the rest of my life and I feel like I'm connecting with people in an authentic way, he explained. We spoke at length about a quote from Ricky's TEDx talk where he said, "The punishment anyone can dole out on me is nothing against the pain of choosing against myself." Part of being yourself and not letting other people's opinions about you change your behavior is being able to tolerate pain, discomfort, punishment, and rejection. Most people spend a large majority of their lives trying to avoiding these things which isn't actually living. If you're truly living, all these things are going to show up in your life. If you hold your ground, they too shall pass, leaving wisdom behind. He learned that in those times when he chooses himself, punishment is inevitable, but if he doesn't choose himself, he'll be less present in his life and that's not acceptable. Life is short and we have this precious opportunity to learn and grow and I'm not willing to sacrifice that for anything, he declared. Listen to the full interview with Ricky Williams here.